In this video lecture, we will derive expressions for length of path of contact, length of arc of contact, and we will also discuss about the term contact ratio right at the end of the lecture. Consider wheel and pinion in mesh with each other. O1 and O2 be their respective centers of rotations. Pinion is turning in clockwise direction and wheel is turning in anti-clockwise direction. Let Q be the point of contact, and here are the common tangent and common normal drawn at the point of contact. Let's try to show addendum circle and pitch circle for both gears like this. Small ra and capital Ra be the addendum circle radius and small r and capital R be the pitch circle radius for pinion and wheel respectively. Let P be the pitch point. Now to get the point of tangency M and N, let's drop down perpendiculars with pressure angle phi onto the common normal like this. Now length of path of contact is the length of the common normal cut by the addendum circle of wheel and pinion. So at point K, addendum circle of wheel cut the common normal, and at point L, addendum circle of pinion cut the common normal. So KL is the length of path of contact. Let's connect K to O2 and L to O1 like this. Now from right angle triangle KNO2, using Pythagoras theorem we can write Kn is equal to square root of O2k square minus O2n square. In this expression, O2k is equal to capital Ra, that is addendum circle radius of wheel. Similarly, from right angle triangle PNO2 we can write O2n is equal to O2p cos phi. Since O2p is equal to capital R, that is pitch circle radius of wheel, we can write O2n equal to capital R cos phi. Also from the same triangle we can write expression for Pn as O2p sin phi, and once again since O2p is equal to capital R, Pn is equal to capital R sin phi. Let's put these values in above expression now. So Kn will be equal to square root of capital Ra square minus capital R square cos square phi. Now from the figure we can write Kp is equal to Kn minus Pn. We have values of both Kn and Pn with us. Let's put these values in above expression, and we can write Kp will be equal to square root of capital Ra square minus R square cos square phi minus capital R sin phi. This is the expression for length of path of approach. Similarly, from the figure we can write PL as ML minus MP, and doing similar calculations we can get the expression for PL as square root of small ra square minus small r square cos square phi. This term will be in square root, and out of the square root minus r sin phi. So PL will be square root of small ra square minus r square cos square phi out of the square root minus r sine phi. This is length of path of recess. Finally, length of path of contact KL will be equal to KP plus PL, and the expression for length of path of contact will be square root of capital RA square minus capital R square cos square phi out of the square root sign minus r sine phi plus under square root small ra square minus r square cos square phi, and out of the square root sign minus r sine phi. Rearranging the terms, finally we can write the expression for KL as square root of capital RA square minus capital R square cos square phi plus square root of small ra square minus small r square cos square phi minus capital R plus small r sine phi. This is the expression for length of path of contact. Now let's talk about length of arc of contact. Length of arc of contact is the ratio of length of path of contact and cos phi. So length of arc of contact is equal to length of path of contact upon cos phi. So the expression will be equal to KL upon cos phi. Let's split KL into KP and PL, that is length of path of approach and length of path of recess, and the expression for length of arc of contact will be written as length of arc of contact is equal to KP plus PL upon cos phi. Let's split the numerator and write down the expression for length of arc of contact as KP upon cos phi plus PL upon cos phi. KP upon cos phi is the expression for length of arc of approach, and PL upon cos phi is the expression for length of arc of recess. Finally, let's define one more term, and that is contact ratio. It is also called as number of pairs of teeth in contact. Contact ratio is defined as ratio of length of arc of contact to the circular pitch. So it is equal to length of arc of contact upon PC. We know circular pitch is equal to pi into m. So contact ratio will be written as length of arc of contact upon pi m. Contact ratio is not a whole number usually. For example, if contact ratio is equal to 2.3, it doesn't mean 2.3 pairs of teeth are in contact. It means alternatively 2 or 3 pairs of teeth are in contact, and average on a time basis is 2.3. Also, in a time average, 2.3 means for more duration of time, 2 pairs are remaining in contact with each other. If contact ratio is more than 2.5, say, for more duration, 3 pairs are remaining in contact with each other. Theoretical minimum value for contact ratio is obviously 1. We at least need 1 pair to remain in contact with each other to transfer the motion between the two shafts. It is always better to have larger contact ratio, especially when the gears are transmitting heavy power. The total load on the gear will be distributed between more number of pairs instead of one, and thus gear run more quietly.